Just 2 months ago, a heavily armed couple opened fire in the middle of a holiday party in San Bernardino. 14 people were killed that day. Now, as investigators try to piece together those fateful minutes, the shooter's iPhone has proven to be impossible to crack. So a federal judge has ordered Apple to help them get into it. But in an open letter, the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, says no way. And his reasoning behind that decision is fascinating and leading to a lot of fascinating conversations and debates today. Steve Garagiola has been looking into it. Steve, privacy over security and safety.
Boy, this situation presents some really challenging questions about personal security versus national security. And yes, right in the middle of it is the iPhone. So that's the place to start. First, by understanding, how does your iPhone work? If you have a passcode on your phone and forget the code, you're out of luck. There is no way to get in and retrieve the data on your phone.
The only way to get back into your phone is to reset the phone back to factory settings, which will erase all the information on the phone.
FBI experts have been unable to unlock a phone belonging to Syed Farouk, one of the San Bernardino terrorists.
We still have one of those killer's phones that we have not been able to open. It's been over 2 months now. We're still working on it.
Apple says there is no backdoor software to get past the encryption. A federal judge tells Apple, then create software to help the FBI break into this phone. Apple refuses, saying iPhone owners have a right to expect their privacy is protected.
The only way we know how to do that is to encrypt it. Why is that? It's because if there's a way to get in, then somebody will find the way in.
The FBI says it wants to break into this one phone, not every phone. There are those who don't trust that idea with the government or anybody else.
And I don't want the government being able to say, hey, we suspect so-and-so is doing something. We'd like to look in their phone and see what's going on. Just for a limited purpose, but we'd like to look in their phone. It's never going to be a limited purpose. It's going to be wide open.
Now, Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, says in essence the government is asking Apple to hack into all of its customers' devices and that there's no precedent for the government ever asking any American company to do that. So this new battle on the cyber frontier is really just beginning. Back to you.
In fact, I hate to shut down the debate. It's provided such delicious conversation today, but eventually something's going to happen here next in the case. Where do things go now, Steve?
Well, boy, isn't that the question? I talked to a couple of lawyers today, and they say if the government wants to pursue this, they could pursue a contempt of court case against Apple and or Tim Cook. That would then go to the Court of Appeals, and that would most likely then go to the Supreme Court because of the broad scope of the question, and we all know what a mess that would be right now. So very likely this will need to be decided by legislation as opposed to judicial action, but that's far down the road.
Fascinating, and the many different directions this thing runs into. All right, Steve.